Real talk, real people, real issues. Real Talk 101 will reel you in while entertaining your intuition. Come share your thoughts, views, and opinions. Looking to promote your music? Promote your business? Allow Real Talk 101 to be your stage. Call in. Talk to us. 530-359-TALK.
Urban Soul Radio, the Birdman. How y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm Maya. You might remember me from last time, which was a while ago. But
Maya's my
I'm back.
co-host.
I'm back.
Very busy lady. She's actually in school, doing her thing in school right now. And yeah,
trying to get back
into
school.
Big Nail in the studio too, videotaping us right now. Are you camera shy?
I mean, that's why I'm on the radio, but...
And we have the lovely Shashana in the studio right now. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
All the pauses and everything.
All right.
If you guys have been listening to or looking at our social media and all the blasts that I've been putting out, I have this lady in the studio. Her book is called Intuition. Very, very, very good book. I read the whole thing last night.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was tight. Now, okay, before we get into the intro, you keep saying, see, men like it too. What's that about? Is it a lot of men or a lot of women that say that we won't read it or what?
There are hands down more female readers than male readers.
Yeah.
So,
but I think what she's alluding to is the literacy might be a little bit higher among us.
Wow. Okay, so we getting active already in the studio. We getting active.
Nah, I'm playing.
We read too, you know that, right?
Okay.
We read.
You read fast too.
Exactly. See, tell her. I read the whole book in one day, Maya.
So he says.
Yeah.
Did I read the whole book?
He read the whole book.
I read the whole
book.
It
must have been good. It must have been good.
It was really, 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 really good. Guys, this is a book. Well, first, I'll let you go ahead, Maya. We get into it. Let's get into it, guys. I want to get into it right now.
I mean, well, what was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I've been inspired even when I really didn't know that I was being inspired from back when I was in nursing school, taking prerequisites. My English teacher asked us to write a paper on describing a peach using the 5 senses. So in doing that, I turned it in and I got like all the points possible plus some, and she used my paper for the classes to follow because she said it was great with description. But I never really thought about it again. I went back to school for my bachelor's, and my instructors would say, you write very well, you transition very well. But I still didn't think about it until this guy asked me to write a story about he and I in Paris. And so when I wrote that Paris story, I couldn't put it down. I couldn't stop writing. And then that's when I knew I had a passion for writing.
Now, you told me about the Paris story a little bit. Y'all should see the look that she got right now.
Was it explicit?
The Paris story is fun.
It was juicy. It was fun, right?
Yeah.
It was juicy. We don't have to get into it, but I'm saying, it, like you said.
Now I want to know.
Man, it basically, it sparked the, manifestation of this book, right?
Exactly.
But see, before you get into it, this is where I get a little, everybody know, Real Talk 101 Radio and Urban Soul Radio, we merged. And everybody that's used to listening to the Sitdown, we used to call it Sunday Sitdown, I always bring some type of knowledge in it. We have to teach people, our people. You know what I mean? We don't do that enough. And a lot of us are lacking a lot of things that will get us to the next level, being successful in anything that we do. You made a key term, you said transition. A lot of people don't understand that about writing. Can you explain that a little bit to those that are trying to write a book, that want to write a book, inspiring to write a book? Tell them about what transition is.
Well, transitioning could be from one sentence to the next, or from one paragraph to the next, or from one chapter to the next. But it's how you get from one point to another and how it flows. So you want it to transition with a nice flow, and people not to question, where did you just go, or did you lose me? But
so fluid like water.
Fluid like water. That's it, Maya.
I like that. I wish I had my hand claps right now. I like that. Hand clap to Naya. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so you got another question?
I mean, when you start talking about like your inspiration, but up until that point, had you even thought about writing at any point? Like when you were in high school, did you keep a journal? Do you keep one now? Like,
Well, I probably started journals and stopped. Started writing and stopped writing. Yeah, I definitely don't have time to journal.
Way
all
too
that.
busy. Well,
but just when you had like those ideas, do you have like something, someplace you jot down in your phone, like you don't want to lose it?
At first, when I started getting ideas for intuition, I would put them in my phone and things like that. But it was actually my intuition that inspired me all along the way. And once I learned to listen to my intuition, things just flowed and things came to me and people came to me. And
that word.
So I would have to say intuition was my inspiration.
That word,
that gut feeling.
That word, intuition, like that, is powerful. You got to have it. If you don't, to me, intuition runs hand in hand with common sense.
Right. If you listen to it.
Yes. And speaking of intuition, let's get into one portion of the book now. I told you guys I'm hot right now. I want to talk about the book so bad, but she said we can only talk about certain portions of the book because there's something coming after this book, right?
Grace. The sequel to Intuition.
That's crazy. And now the end, when you guys get to the end, please make sure after, can I say the wedding part? I can say that part, right?
You can
He just said it.
You can say read the last chapter.
Okay, read the
I'm
last.
mad that he gonna ask you if he can say it over the mic.
Read the last page of the last chapter. Make sure, because some people want to get on social. I did want to get on social media and contact.
Wait, so you were just going not to read the last page?
No,
I'm
okay.
confused.
Please explain to little
He read
Missy
it
right
so
here.
fast, and he was like hitting
trying to
all
figure out.
the
And I
different
cannot-
characters.
You can
How many
all wait
times
till
did I
the
text you?
last page and be like, oh, nah.
How many
No,
times
so
did
he
I text you?
texted me.
See, this
He
is
was
what happens when you're out of the
emotionally
loop.
unstable.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I can't stand her."
Oh my gosh. It evokes so much emotion.
Anaya? There's a character in the book. Her name is, I can say that, right? Her name is Anaya. She's an individual, and she epitomizes the I'm not going to say woman, I'm going to put on women, the person that, or people that are unappreciative of the things that they have, of the blessings that they have. And usually, like, it's hard, everybody knows it's hard to find somebody that you gel with, somebody that you mix with. And Anaya had that. And boy, oh boy, this heifer.
Oh no.
She did some things. She did some things that you don't do. You know what I'm saying? You don't do when you're married, and when you have somebody that's special that'll die for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't do those things.
Ratchet?
Oh, she was on the borderline of ratchetness and
Just on the borderline?
and bro. Maya.
See how he does me?
Okay. On page 78. Okay, you guys, when you're reading the book, you'll get to it. There's a quote in there. I actually put it on social media. I put that portion on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm sorry for saying that, but anyway, it says an idle mind or idle time is the devil. Basically, it's the devil's workshop, and she had too much time on her hand. I'm not gonna give it away.
But why did she have too much time?
Oh, you want me to say that? She was
No, why did she have too much time?
Because he was a blessing to her. She had all that time on her hands. That's what I'm saying. She was unappreciative. She had all that time on her hands because of what he provided for her.
Some people don't do well, though, of having, like you said, idle time. Like, even if you are a housewife, I don't know what's going on here, but sometimes you got to find ways to keep yourself busy so you don't get in trouble.
And that was her problem. She found the wrong way of keeping herself busy. You house people, because you got house dads too. You house folks out there, get off of Facebook, get off the social media if you don't belong on there, okay? Don't be doing all that good stuff. Stay off of that. And that was her problem. She had too much time. Now, when it comes to Mama, what you had a quote for at the end of every chapter. Mm-hmm. It was either a Bible scripture or just a quote, right? Mm-hmm. Were they all Bible scriptures? Not all Bible scriptures, right? What made you want to put those in forever after every chapter, the end of every chapter?
That came along with intuition. That wasn't a part of the plan. Actually, when I developed the story, I was freestyling. All right. So initially, I had already developed the 3 scenarios that were going to happen from beginning to end. How it was going to happen, I didn't know. So I knew this was going to happen, but the way it happened, you can take a trip and go down one street versus another, take one highway versus another. You don't know how you're going to get there. So the things that happened in between kind of came along, was created along the way.
But
the way that I brought them together, Mama Faye was the last character that was developed.
Yeah.
She wasn't even in the plan initially, and
That's
she ended
the
up being
part
the
that's
biggest
when you
factor.
read it, Maya. Oh my God, Mama Faye. You would think that she was the first person that you talk about in the book. It was when she told me that last night. I was like, wow, you did. I mean, you did good for your first book.
Thank you.
You did good. Like
You did good. You read it in one day.
why were you so impressed by that? That's what I want to know. Like,
For a man?
what is it with that? I don't understand that.
Men don't read
I
like
mean,
that.
I
And when
wrote-
they do, they're not going to read a book in a day.
I
Like,
read Andrew
when-
Bazin, Eric Jerome Dickey. I read the whole Malcolm X novel. Now that was
Well,
long.
I'm honored that you read mine in
It was
24
tight.
hours.
Your book
Thank
was by you guys out there listening right now. You know how I am. The Birdman, I speak the real. Go get the book. You spend money on fast food. You spend money on MAC makeup. Go buy a book and just sit down and read for a second. Even if it take you a few weeks, you ain't got to read it in a day like I did. But if you read this book, support this woman. The book is bomb.
Thank you.
Bomb.
So speaking of that, like, where can we purchase this book?
The book is available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble online stores, and also Zara's bookstore in Inglewood, and from my website, www.lostpagepublishing.com.
And you can go to realtalk101radio.com, and she is on that page as a spotlight. The spotlight, author spotlight. Check it out. It's under that tab, man. You can check out all her social media. Follow her on Twitter. Where's your Twitter?
Shashana Page.
Where's your IG?
Shashana P.
Where's your Facebook page?
Shashana Page.
Now, in saying that, you guys has been listening to the show. You know how I am. I try to teach everybody things that I've learned. I'm not trying to say I'm an expert. I've never professed to be an expert at all in any way, shape, or form. But when you're building a brand like this woman has, you don't want to have an IG that says ABC and then your Facebook says 1, 2, 3. You want to have the same name on everything. So when you go to Google, you can use that terminology. Google me, fool. Google me. But anyway, I want to get into some more key points of the book, and we're gonna come back in just a few minutes, play some more music for you guys right now, and we'll be back. Urban Soul Radio, defining what you're used to. It's the Birdman and
Maya.
And Shashana Page.
all right, guys, we're gonna get into this music right now. Urban Soul Radio.
Real Talk 101. Sorry.
That's all good. I'm the Birdman.
And I'm Maya.
This
And we're
Sit
here
Down,
with Miss
baby.
Shashana Page.
Shashana, you gotta get on your mic.
Oh,
There you go. She's on
Hi.
social media right now. What's up? So anyway, we're talking about her book right now, Intuition. If you're listening for the first time, we are Urban Soul Radio and Real Talk 101 Radio. Like you said, the Sit Down. We merged, and we're taking this to another level. We're talking about Intuition, a book written by the beautiful Shashana.
Page, thank you.
And so last night we were talking about the book. We talked about the intro and the inspiration behind it, if you haven't heard already. But last night I read the book completely. I got to it a little bit later because I was trying to do a lot of different things with our show. But it was well worth it. I mean, the book was bomb, and it felt good to be able to support my folks first and foremost. But to get through it, like, I'm the type of person, once I get done with something, like Big Nell will tell you, when I get done with something, I feel so much like I feel accomplished. And when I read that thing and be able to talk about it is the business. I want to get into a portion of the book when we were talking, or every time you would describe a character, the character had to have something that was designer on. And you made a comment yesterday, and I'm gonna let you talk about it. But you made a comment yesterday about those certain things that you want.
Well, even though there's a lot of flashy cars, nice clothes, diamond earrings, and things of that nature, you know, we do live in a materialistic kind of world. So
Everybody in the book had the business. They had everything. This brother had on a $700,000 watch. Like my watch, I think I paid maybe $80 for this watch right here.
That's too much.
But I had to get it. I love
That
watches.
struggle.
I love watches, and like I said, I want to be. We got to talk about some funny stuff. She said she had an individual that he had a $700,000 watch. the one gentleman got out of the truck and he was wearing True Religion jeans in his work truck.
In the 18-wheeler brand new work truck that he owned.
Yes.
That he was gassing up to go to work for the next day.
Oh, see? Okay. All right, so you threw us for a doozy. Okay, all right.
They were living real lives.
Anyway,
Lavish.
this was a character that was in the book that he was an individual that would you want to call him a main character?
Roman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say a main character?
Yeah.
He was a very interesting individual. Now, you guys out there that I'm trying to figure a way to say this without bringing it too. I know I don't want to bring it into it, but you guys out there that have children, you need to protect your children. What I'm saying? Oh man, she shot me, y'all. I'm saying in a sense, just in the book. Okay, there's a portion in the book with this gentleman in there.
I got
you
my
guys,
mind just wondering what he do to the
but
children.
see, that's work. See, she's wondering what's going on. She's wondering what's going on. She got okay. I got family in the studio.
Done with the Birdman.
I'm saying, but she's wondering what's going on. Don't you think that helps?
Yeah,
No?
yeah. You ready to read your book?
I mean, I am. Whenever he gives it to me, you know.
Okay, what inspired that portion of the book?
Well, actually, like I said, intuition. All of the situations were inspired from God from the beginning. Each scenario, and the characters, they all have a little bit of all of us in them. Because they are, as you experience, real people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, is that something that's dear to you, that what I'm saying, where you wanted to get it out there and teach people, like, look, this is what you need to...
I want to teach people to listen to their intuition, because I did not know my passion until I began to listen to my intuition. And had I not, I probably wouldn't have written that book nor nearly finished this next one. So yes, that's the whole purpose of intuition. And as it says in the beginning, that you have that inner voice and the Holy Spirit speaks
to you.
Yes, and so many times, men and women, we ignore that inner voice. And a lot of times we miss out on our blessings, or we put ourselves in dangers, or we may put someone else in danger.
And do what the heck you want to do.
Ignoring our intuition.
Exactly. That's all I was trying to get into. I didn't want to bring it to it too much, but I just wanted to, it just makes people, you don't think that's going to make somebody want to go get it. I didn't give away too much.
That's okay.
If you guys are listening, please call. I want you guys to call in 562-213-9611. 562-213-9611. Call in, and if you've read the book already, give your input. Just give her a shout out. Let everybody know how good the book is. If you're listening right now, please call in 562-213-9611. Okay, so when you first go into publishing, how hard is it? Of course, and I asked you last night, how hard is it to really get a book out there? Because there's people out there that want to write, like we talked about, that want to write a book. But like myself, I try. I got to like 3 pages, and I was like, okay, I can't do this.
I don't really feel like that was a valiant effort if you only got 3 pages.
But you get a block.
That, like 900 words?
You get a writer's block. Shoshana, tell her the writer's block. Explain to people, how did you motivate yourself to keep going? If you have a writer's block,
it's just not ready yet. That's the way I honestly... Because that's what Allison Walker told me. I was on that writing tip. She's like, if you have writer's block, it's just not ready yet.
You agree?
Well, I would have to disagree, because even if you're ready to write a book and complete a book, you can get almost to the end, and you're going to experience writer's block at one point, several points throughout the book. So you just have to push yourself. But then you just have to
wait for that inspiration to come?
No. If you wait, what if it never comes? So
what do you do to push yourself?
I would just push myself, sit down, and just don't move until I write. Even if it was just 5 sentences, because sometimes then that'll lead to another 5 sentences and then another paragraph. And then, but sometimes I couldn't, and I would just walk away. And sometimes I had to walk away for a couple of days, sometimes a week.
What's the longest time you ever walked away?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
2 months? How far into the book were you?
About the 5th chapter, 4th chapter.
Please tell me you had to read it over again to get back into the flow.
Oh yeah,
we need to get you on the mic. You want to get on the mic? We have her family in the studio right now, and she's I think she knows a little bit more about her breaks and chapters than Shashana does. Okay, so 2 months though. I mean, what made you? First off, what made you walk? Was it you were busy or?
What happened that time was I was discouraged by some comments that I let someone read it. I let someone read what I had written, and they had given me some comments that were a little bit discouraging.
Okay.
But and at that point, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for anything negative. You know what I mean?
It hindered me. It was criticizing.
Just just a little bit.
That's what I was gonna say.
It was somebody that I love dearly and that loves me dearly and actually loves the book.
Okay,
she can't
so
wait
it was
till
constructive
the next book.
criticism.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, we on Real Talk 101 Radio. You ain't got to show no names out, but you can talk about it.
Oh,
well,
no.
do you think
that it was my girl. She was like, you need to make it raunchy. Quit using all those big words.
Now, did you say raunchy?
Make them fight. Make them fight in the living room.
Did you just say raunchy as in round-chi? I thought it was raunchy.
It's the 44-year-old version.
Did you just tell your age? Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
You.
Give me some. We dapping in the studio right now. Hand clap, y'all. We dapping in the studio right now. That's what I'm talking about. Right. But so she told you that it was certain things you need to add to it, and that helped.
No, it didn't help. It hindered me for a minute, and then I walked away. But I always tell her, and she's like, I don't want to hear that, because she loved the book, and she often tells me how well she thinks that I write, and she can't wait for the next book and stuff like that. But I wasn't ready for that, like, at that point in my writing.
In the process of writing the second book, you're not gonna let her read it until the end this time, or did you?
Well, no, she didn't read anymore. I told her, you're not reading anymore.
Until it's published.
But I have 6 people who read every chapter, so I write a chapter and I send it to them, and they respond. And
did you let a man read it since us men folk can't read?
There was
Big Nell
one
said
man
you need to go with that
who
man
I let
stuff.
read, but he read at the end. He read, the chapters at the end. I gave it to him one by one, but not even the whole book.
So what are you gonna do for the next book when it comes to writing it, and if you get that block?
I've gotten blocks already. I'm on chapter 24, so I should be done in about 10 chapters.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see what Anaya gonna do this time. Man, y'all need to go read that book, man. Tell them where they can get the book again, please.
I'm sorry, he's so focused on Anaya.
Cause Anaya was bad too. She was bad. Super bad. Anaya, I'm telling y'all, if you read books, if you love to read, you get that your imagination get to going, and you trying to pick. Anaya looked like doggone Holly Berry.
So the slightly
mixed
ratchet
with
one is the one that you attributed all of this. I'm mad about it. Just like.
As you can see, Anaya is getting hated on right now by Maya.
I don't even know the woman, but you made her seem like you telling me all these bad things about her, but in your mind, she's the beautiful one. Like,
that's she is beautiful, but that's the first good thing he said about her in the last 48 hours.
But I said some good stuff about her. It wasn't nothing good. It was nothing good. All this, I can't get out of the way. Okay, I was going to say something. Anyway, let's get into this next portion. She. No, I don't want to do that. I think I'm gonna go too much into it. I'll leave that alone.
So yeah, you can pick the book up at online Amazon and Barnes and Noble stores, and of course www.lostpagepublishing.com. Zara's in Inglewood.
Go ahead.
No, see, Bird is like the one in the movie theater who's seen the movie already and is talking about it.
I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to. We talked about something last night. I just don't want to get into it too much.
Apparently this isn't going in the right direction.
Okay, so anyway, to get back to just
Birdman can't keep the scenarios to himself.
Oh
okay,
my God.
I asked about that question too. See, she got me over here, and I was like, "It's not going to tell too much of the story." So I already know.
Okay, so ball it up then. Ball it up. It's chicken scratch anyway. It was just notes. I had to bring it out. Okay, guys, I read the book yesterday, and every time I got to a portion that just either made me text her, or just I was tripping out. I wrote, a note next to it, and I wrote it down and called her and asked if we can talk about it. So I'm not going to spoil it. But anyway, when it comes to publishing, what advice can you give to those individuals that are looking for? Is there a certain place to go to? Do you go on a website somewhere?
Yes, there is my website, www.lostpagepublishing.com. And to start with, whether you're beginning a book or you're done writing your manuscript, there's an area under publishing services, and it leads you to a link that has 50 tips for authors, and it tells you all the things that you should know to prepare your manuscript for publishing prior to submitting it to a publisher and saying, look, this is what I want. It tells you how to prepare it, how to space your words, your lines, the do's and don'ts of the basic do's and don'ts of writing, so that a publisher would even want to publish your work.
Okay. Can you give us one of the tips?
One of the tips would be, it's simple stuff like old school. When you type, sentences, you put one space between the sentences. You put two spaces. You don't put two spaces. That you only need one.
That's what I'm
between sentences.
Got it.
When it comes
And
to the website.
yes, you want it double spaced, and things, just general things like that. Grammatical errors. You want to put it in a Word document. You don't want to have any red, blue, or green, lines
question.
under there, because those are different errors. You want to fix those before you submit them, because that prepares it for the editor. The editor doesn't want to deal with those little things.
Okay, so that's what I want to ask when we come back from break. Maya, do you have a question?
No, I was gonna ask you about life imitating art or art imitating life, but when it came to your book, but you said that all of those things were sent for you from a higher being, so it kind of answered it for me. I was like, this is gonna be a good question. I was like, oh, she didn't already answer it.
No, it is a good question. As far as a friend of mine, his uncle, he referred his uncle to me, who had already published 2 books, and he said, talk to my uncle. He said, don't go through this self-publishing company. He has some information for you. So I spoke to him, and he led me every step of the way, for the most part, as far as the publishing, developing my own corporation and setting up the business. And he referred me to his cover designer, and he gave me all the direction actually, for all the major things that I needed to know to start the publishing process.
That's good.
So just in case you guys don't know, you can come to her to get your book published.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So where you don't look nowhere else. Y'all need to come here. Period. The woman is doing her thing, man. Now, can we talk about what you do for a living?
Full-time
writer.
Full-time. Full-time, I'm a registered nurse.
The jobs, doggone it. As y'all can see now, me and Maya are going to be going back and forth all the time, okay? So, can we go into that or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a registered nurse.
Which is why certain portions of the book.
Oh.
See how you doing me? Y'all making me look like I'm the bad guy. You trying to keep me.
Well, he noticed that there's different situations that involve, medical care or health issues, and so he noticed that because I'm a nurse,
it was detailed. It was interrelated. And that's the question. What I wanted to get into. I don't know if I want to do it. I want to talk about it right now. We have a caller right now. Let's see who this is here. Urban Soul Radio. You're on live. Who we talking to?
What up? It's Rodney Perry.
Oh, wow. Rodney Perry. What's up, man?
What's up, homie, man? I was going to come out there, but, man, I'm in Ontario, so it's a pretty good hump to get to y'all.
Oh, yeah. It's a very big hump. You on live right now, man. You say hi to Maya and Shashana.
What's up, Maya? Shashana, how y'all doing?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Well, we that's all right, man. It's things happen. It's okay. But right now we talking about Miss Shashana's book and different reasons as to why she put certain portions in her book or certain parts in her book right now. Have you been listening?
No, I just called in. I want to hear about it. What's the book about?
It's called Intuition. I'm going to let Shashana tell you. Shashana, please tell Rodney Perry about what the book is about.
The book is about a mother who raises her 3 daughters based on spiritual and moral values, and as they face crazy situations in life, they have to take reference to what she instilled in them and the result of listening or not listening to their intuition or their inner voice. It's much deeper than that. That just touches the surface.
So basically, Rodney, stuff that you talk about on stage, basically it's people doing what they shouldn't be doing when they know they shouldn't be doing it.
You know what? I just hosted a seminar where it was like all women, and there was a panel of guys, and women got to give frank answers from men. And one thing all the men agreed on is that women generally don't listen to their intuition. You know what I mean? And like, you know, it's a lot of. I'm a firm believer. Women. I done had my wife wake up out of her sleep and go, "Hey, what were you doing 2 weeks ago at 3:00 in the morning?" You know what I mean? So I know women's intuition works. So you know, that's a great title. And man,
Maya said,
like
"What were you doing?" Maya said, "What were you doing, Rodney?"
I mean, like, if her intuition was on point.
To stay out of my business. Okay?
You put it out there. This is real talk. We was trying to get into it.
You don't want to know what I was doing. It wasn't right.
So we got to get you to get that book. Shashana, tell Rodney where he can get this book because he didn't get to hear it.
The book is available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble online stores. The website, www.lostpagepublishing.com. Zara's Bookstore in Inglewood. And it's right there waiting for you to get.
Yeah, so
can I ask you a question, sis? Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people that want to write a book. Tell me, what was it in you that made you get it done?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Like, what was it in you that made you actually finish this book?
Well, it was intuition that led me to start the book and finish the book and publish the book and led me to everybody that was involved in making it happen. So I was inspired by God, and he just led me every step of the way.
Let him use you.
Let him use you. Boy, y'all about to go to church in here.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well,
so I don't know if y'all able to come out this weekend, but this is the 50th anniversary of the Improv. I'm at the Ontario Improv all weekend, so man, I would love to see y'all faces. You know, I've been stalking y'all Instagram for the last 2 days, so I kind of know what y'all look like a little bit.
Well, we're going to make sure we get them out there. Rodney, since you out here, man, you got to make sure you purchase her book, man. Tell everybody about that book.
Oh, I know Zara's. I used to live right around the corner from that Zara's bookstore in Inglewood, so I'm going to go get it from Zara's. I like to patronize the black folks.
Oh, all right, man. Now, thank you.
Hand clap to that, hand clap to that. All right, y'all, we're going to get into another song right now, and we're going to come back off a break, and we're going to talk to Mr. Rodney Perry and talk to Miss Shashana Page a little bit more. I'm going to try my best not to give away the book. They keep giving me the ugly eyes now. Come on. They said, Rodney, they said men don't read.
It.
I ain't spoiled. I bet you when we get off this air, it's going to be about 10 people buying it in 2 minutes. They won't be.
Well, the audience,
but they don't know half the book and want to know half
the
other half of it.
No, now see, Rodney, I have to disagree. See, I want to go to a song, but see, it is a man audience, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I read it last night. Or yesterday, all in one day, bro. I couldn't put the book down.
Wow.
I could not put the book down. It's powerful. She did an excellent. This is her first book. She did an excellent job. But let's go back to let's go to commercial, guys. Fire We Make by Alicia Keys. We'll be back just a few minutes.
Okay. 100% real, 100% of the time. Real Talk 101 Radio.
Urban Soul Radio. Real Talk 101 Radio.
I never know when I'm supposed to chime in.
Rodney Perry, you still there, brother?
Yes, sir.
What up, dog? Miss Shashana.
Yes.
Now, y'all in the studio, y'all mad at me saying I'm giving away everything, but I really feel that this book is it's just so much we can talk about to get people, kind of bait them in a little bit. I want to say so much about it, but I'm not going to do that. But what's one thing that you can say about the book that won't give it away, but let people know it's a must read? How does it relate to the everyday life, everyday world? You know, everybody know intuition. You need to have intuition, but I'm saying just what is something you can tell us about the book that helps people understand how it relates to everyday life?
Well, I'll just say that the readers themselves have said this book is so relatable. It's so real. The people seem so real, and they can connect because something about the character, something about something that they're going through, they've experienced it before. Either they have someone in their family going through it or they've gone through it themselves, but that's why they feel like it's relatable. It's thought-provoking. It's emotion-provoking. It makes you angry, sad.
Yes,
it makes you laugh. It can make you cry. So, well,
I think
Birdman didn't cry.
I know. I was going to say, hold on, player. Hold on.
But I think that's what makes the book a good read is because it provokes emotion.
It really does. Really does. Go ahead, Mike.
No, like
Because I had all of them except for crying. You know, grown man don't cry, dog. You know what I mean? I don't cry. I don't cry about nothing. But it had all the emotions going. How many texts did I send you yesterday? Maybe about 10?
A lot.
Yeah. When I got to
but I like that because it just shows that
I want to support. Yeah,
that it elicited emotion from you.
We're gonna start writing fan fiction, all this other stuff.
Man, if I could get past the writer's block, I got a story. Like your boy. I mean, I know I'm on the radio, but I, in no way, shape, or form, ever profess to be a perfect individual, and I've been through some things too. And I've tried to write, but I just can't. I can't get to it. So I think I feel everything from I don't want nobody to know that to why the hell am I writing this to I don't feel like doing this no more because I'm tired of typing. So all those things deter me from keep going. But you know what works for some people works for other people. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to find your niche. But I love your book.
Thank you. I
really love your book. And if you would be so kind to let me preview the sequel. I won't give any criticism, no bad criticism like Miss Lady did.
I can take it now.
Oh, I'm
ready for it.
Oh, you a pro now, huh?
No, I'm not a pro, but I can receive anything negative or criticism, constructive criticism. I could take it.
Roger
so
that.
was the first book like a growing process for you? Like, because now you're able to handle it? Or
I grew a lot overall from writing to even editing, pre-editing it. The editor that I chose, he didn't fix anything. He just went through it and he gave you his suggestions and he let you make the changes that you felt like you wanted to make.
That's amazing. Because 290 something pages, 40 something pages. I'm telling you, after about 10, I'm done.
But he did that because he wanted you to learn from the experience. So he didn't give you anything. He made you make the changes yourself. And
right on.
And I think I grew from that too.
That's what's up, man. Hand clap to that, and big ups to you, Miss Lady. Tell the people one more time where they can get the book.
Amazon and Barnes & Noble online stores, www.lostpagepublishing.com, Zara's in Inglewood, Intuition.
Rodney said he know where that is. And you can go to realtalk101radio.com. Authors Spotlight. She's on there. Okay? Go ahead.
And I wanted to just say thank you to all the listeners and all the readers and everyone who supported me in any kind of way, whether it was read a chapter, whether it was you told me I need to make it raunchy, just listening today or listening to my interviews that I post online, responding to my Facebook posts. I appreciate every one of you.
That's what's up. Support, people. Support. That's what you need to do. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Hey, I'm real. I tell them. She's sitting there smiling at me. You can laugh, hell. It's Real Talk 101 Radio, Urban Soul Radio. We talk the real, man. People need to support. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I bet you our next guest right now is going to tell people about supporting and being real, doggone it.
Well, I can say that I have had support. My book signing, I had 200 people at my book signing, and I hope that everyone will return and bring a friend, whoever they told to read the book. So I can say that I have had support, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your show.
Yes,
and thank you for reading my book.
Thank you for coming.
You will be on the next show. I want that book out here. Can we get the release?
March 22nd.
Uh-oh.
The release of Grace.
So
sequel to Intuition.
Would you be so kind as to release it on our show? Can we do that?
Sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I need my hand claps, man. Hand clap to that. Hand clap to that. Well, thank you for coming on our show, Miss Shashana.
Thank you for
You're
having
welcome
me.
to stay. I think if you don't have anywhere to go, you can stay. I think we're going to be laughing right now. Talk about this man. He's been doing some good things, too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Maya.
Mr. Perry.
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
Man, just sitting here, listening to a great author and a great interviewer, getting it in.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm learning from you, man. I've been watching. I didn't know until I'm going to let you talk about it, but I think you know what I'm talking about. I didn't know until as of, I think 3 weeks ago now. Like, I watch comedy all the time. I love comedy. I'm always at the Improv. And like I told your PR, brother, I got 4 tickets. I always get tickets to the Improv because I'm a VIP And
him being all important.
Yeah. You doing it.
You know what I'm saying? And what happened? They sent me the tickets, and I had 4 of them, and I wanted to basically give my mom an experience. She loves comedy. You know, I got it from her, but she's been through a lot. She beat breast cancer, has lupus, and she's always motivating me, man. That's my rock. That's my mom and my dad, and I wanted to give her something nice. And it said Rodney Perry was coming to the Improv, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. The Joe Jackson thing. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times I do that, but I think I can count on 2 hands how many times I do that during the day. Where you going? I love it. I love it. Man. I love it. And I'm up every night when I'm working on a radio station, brother. I'm up every night watching He Got Jokes. Yes. Yeah. I follow you, brother, and I support everything you do, and you're doing your thing. But you have a show, Rodney?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
I got a show. I got a show on Bounce TV called Off the Chain. It's a stand-up comedy show, like Comic View, but it's Bounce TV is a brand new African American network. It's only 2 years old, and this show, they came to me to host this show, man, and we just shot our 2nd season. It'll debut in January 2014, and man, when I tell you, they went from spending, $50 on the budget to spending, $4,000. I mean, that's the difference on how good it looks this season we just shot.
Man. And can you tell everybody where they can find the show, bro? How can they tune in?
Man, I don't know. It depends on what you're I'm gonna keep it real.
Oh man.
Bounce TV. This is what Bounce TV is. Bounce TV is a broadcast network. So a lot of our fans are people that don't have cable. Because what happens when you don't have cable, you go to Walmart, you buy a little antenna, and you be like, I wonder what these channels is. Well, one of those channels is Bounce for free.
Yeah.
So, but Comcast is beginning to carry us here in LA, and but we're not on Dish, we're not on DirecTV. But if you have like a Comcast or Xfinity, you might be able to pick us up. And all you gotta do, you can go to bouncetv.com and you can find where we are in your area.
It's Rodney Perry Live.
Huh?
Tell them about it's Rodney Perry Live. That's where they can find everything. Social media. They can find.
No. Well, my Instagram is Rodney Perry Live. My website is rodneyperry.com.
Got you.
And then my Twitter is Rodney Perry. Social media is king nowadays. You just gotta always be touching your fans if you can.
Now, do you actually
your friends too?
Do you actually interact with your fans on social media?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I saw when you left me to know. Yeah, absolutely.
Roger that. Now, It's a lot of people that don't like social media, man. And I'm pretty sure you get a few individuals that think they're comedians, want to throw you a couple jokes on social media.
I mean, that's par for the course, Everybody, this is the thing, everybody is funny, but everybody is not a professional comedian.
Yeah.
So people think because they funny with their cousins or their uncles that they comics. And I'll be like, I'm always nice about it. But the reality is that if you can't stand in front of a group of strangers and make them laugh, you can't call yourself a comedian in my world.
And what does it take to be a comedian, Rodney? Like if there's individuals out there, they come on that show who got jokes. What advice can you give to?
It takes a little bit of insanity, okay? The same thing I just talked about, you got to be a maniac to walk in front of a room full of black people that you don't know and try to make them laugh. Because we don't play. And we got real life on us. You got your kids, you got your baby mama, your baby daddy, you got bills. So when you go to a comedy show, you really need to laugh. Like you say, you dealing with, maybe your mom's illness. So that day you come to the comedy club, you need a release from that, and that's what our bigger purpose is. Man.
That's right. Hand clap to that, brother. Hand clap to that. And when you guys do that, you have people from all walks of life come to you guys at shows, and when you help them release that, man, it's what kind of feeling do you get as a comedian when you see those individuals laughing and crying?
Okay, so I was doing a show in the Bay Area. This dude caught a seizure, okay, in the audience.
You serious?
And I'm serious, heart attack. And where I felt bad that he caught a seizure, I almost just a little bit wanted him to die.
Wait, what?
That's
Because I wanted to be able to say I really was killing him last night.
Wow, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me, man.
No, hey, all jokes aside, that really happened. I'm doing a comedy show. The show ended. This gentleman over there is having like a seizure.
Yeah.
And so they call the ambulance. The ambulance, the paramedics, they come in, they stabilize him, and wait, this is how black this dude was. They stabilize him and they start getting him ready to go to the ambulance.
Uh-huh.
He like, oh no, I'm good. No, I don't need no ambulance.
Wow. This was in Oakland.
That dude woke up out of a seizure not to get no damn ambulance. I was like, this is real deal.
I can't.
Wow. Dude, that don't make no sense.
Cause ambulance
I'm
might
not
hit
trying
you
to
for
judge you,
$1,000
but I kind of
ride,
judged you at that moment.
She said she judged you, Rodney.
I was trying not to.
This little sassy over here. This little sassy.
Wait. Oh, and I gotta tell you something, dog. You say men don't cry. I'm a cry baby. I be weeping. I saw Black Nativity. I saw a screener of that. That had me crying like a baby. Y'all know about that movie?
Nuh-uh.
Black Nativity. It's got Jennifer Hudson. It's got Angela Bassett in it.
The new movie coming out. The new movie coming out.
The new movie is coming out. Yeah, with Tyrese.
Oh, you just gave the movie. You didn't gave the movie away, Rodney.
First of all, this movie is going to be around for. This is
I
a new
just need you
classic
to know the people
for
in
Black
here.
Christmas movie.
Okay.
Huh?
Bird talk about somebody else giving some away.
I gotta put it on somebody.
He just gave away a whole book. You just said who was in the film. That is it. That is it.
I gotta give away.
No, I didn't say who was in it. I ain't giving away. I ain't giving away.
No, I'm saying you didn't give anything away.
You see what, Rodney?
But
Do you
Bird
understand
in
what's
here
going
telling
on
the
in
whole
here?
novel.
There's a mutiny going on in here, brother. I'm the only
Because he
man.
was running them up.
That's why
We
I
had
would
to
wish
stop.
I wish you was here, brother. But I'm
Hilarious.
still glad that you're here. But it's a mutiny going on in here, brother. And this little one next to me right here, I'm about to just woo. Anyway,
No,
You might have a
put
coup.
your hands on
I'm coming for you.
where you going? Where you going?
I'm coming for you.
I'll tell him, Rodney, I'm pulling my belt off
Be a
right now.
coup.
So, Rodney, let everybody know what's going on tomorrow, brother. You out here in the lovely country, state. I call it a country because we are a country of retarded individuals. We're in a lovely country of
I'm
California.
sure that retarded is not politically correct anymore. See him? So
I'm sorry.
Hilarious.
But let everybody know what's going on, Rodney.
I lived in LA for 12 years, man. This is a homecoming for me. A lot of my friends coming out. Kevin Hart reached out to me. He said he might pop in this weekend. It's gonna be crazy. The Ontario Improv is celebrating their 50th anniversary. They brought me in. It's gonna be crazy.
Man.
2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show on Sunday. Man, I'm guaranteeing. This is the thing, dog. I used to live out here, but I never played this club as a headliner. Like, I open for people. I open for George Lopez out here. I open for
In Ontario?
For Monique out here. This is my first time to come back to this club as a headliner. So I'm really trying to murder this audience. Come out. Tell all your fans, all your people, if you ever want to see a show, this is the show you want to see.
I agree. Because you
I
funny
want
as hell.
all of them, especially the ladies. Any woman with something wrong with it, anybody with a lazy eye or a club foot, or anybody with a unibrow, anybody with an inverted nipple, anybody with a missing big toenail, come out.
What about the black toenail? You know how that little bitty toe got that black toenail?
I like to see that. I like that. I'm funny like that. I like that type of stuff.
I think Maya got a black toenail, Rodney.
See, I love how he's gonna try to start a rumor.
I think she got a black toenail. Because you know how you can tell when a woman got that black toenail, the way they walk?
How you tell?
You can tell by the way they walk, and they take that one step is a little timid, and the other step is real strong, so they walk like one side is, you know what I mean? I think she got a black toenail.
Okay.
So at the Ontario Improv, it's going down tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yep.
Now,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Can you
2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
Now, I don't. If I'm asking too much, let me know. This is Real Talk 101 Radio. We can do that. Urban Soul Radio, defining what you're used to. Is it possible that tomorrow or Saturday night at the 9 o'clock show, I'm gonna ask my mom to sit up front? Okay, hopefully she does. But is it possible that you can just tell her that you know she's there? Is that possible, brother? Can you do that for me? Because she been
when you walk in the building, you make sure you come to me and we talk and remind me.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, because I know you got a lot. I got to know you got to rehearse for the show, and I know you got to bring a good show.
Yeah, once I start going, I'm
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
If you remind me at the top of the show, I'll be fresh in my mind.
Okay. Now, Rodney, I want to talk about your YouTube, brother. Okay. Or the YouTube video you was in with the big dude with the dreads in. You was doing.
Oh man, that dude is the craziest trainer. Man, this dude had me. Dude, when I first started working with him, I lost like 20 pounds in like 10 days.
You was doing your thing though, brother. You was doing your thing.
Man, like I'm a fat slob right now, but I'm about to get back on it, because he's blowing up, man. He's about to have his video is about to go like on the same thing with Sean T. You know, so he's about to blow up. So he's a real good dude, man. And
for the people that haven't seen it, Rodney. For the people that haven't seen it, Rodney, let them know what type of training, because this ain't you ain't finna be getting into the gym and all that. Tell them what they doing, Rodney, because you was doing your thing, brother.
This dude, first of all, he'll train you with anything that's around. Like, you'll think
there it is.
I got to the point he would train me he would have you jumping over a pot. Or he'll have you, just, it'll be 2 steps. He'll have you do a whole workout with 2 steps. And you be like, this ain't gonna be no work. And you be drenched in sweat, Or he might have you doing them sit-ups where you come all the way up off the ground. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
The brother Rodney was on there, y'all. If you ain't seen the YouTube yet, go to just search Rodney Perry in YouTube and check him out. You should be following him in the first place. The brother is funny and very talented, good dude. He's on a YouTube channel with this guy that does training, and he does not.
His name is Kenya Cruz.
There we go.
The world's greatest weight loss expert.
The intro, Rodney. Did you see the intro? The intro. I swear to God, I thought I was about to go to church or something. That brother intro had you make you want to get up and start training. You sitting there ready to roll, boy. But Rodney was in there doing this thing, y'all. The brother was doing burpees. Inverted sit up, running up and down the hill, doing this thing. Now, Rodney, what inspired you to want to do that? Like, what made you want to actually get on there and start working out?
Well, I don't know if you ever been on television and got a glimpse of your ass from the back. That'll make you want to work out. You understand me? You get a glimpse of what you really look like. You be like, I got to get rid of this.
Hey, that's what you said.
Because,
that's what you said,
as we walk around in life, you never really look at yourself. You have a mental image of what you think you look like, but the reality is you probably don't look like that at all.
Exactly. Now, Rodney, what made you get to a serious tip? Just a little bit about you. What made you want to become a comedian?
Oh man, I think comedians are born. I mean, I had a tell jokes at the end of the day if I was shut up throughout the course of the day, and that was in 2nd grade. So,
wait, you said in the 2nd grade? You was telling jokes in the 2nd grade?
Absolutely, 2nd grade. I would Mr. Thompson would let me tell jokes at the end of the day if I was shut up throughout the course of the day.
Oh wow!
And I wouldn't find it as a profession later on. But, I mean, if I had to lock it down to a person, it would be Eddie Murphy, though. I saw Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, and that gave me a picture, of what it could possibly be.
So Eddie Murphy is
young and dark skinned, and I just identify with him. And so, early Eddie Murphy is really what made me want to do stand-up.
Because the dark skinned brothers is running everything right now, right?
Well, and not at that time. We was just coming around.
I remember one of your shows. You was like, "That's when back in the 80s when the light skin was in."
Yeah, boy. You had the Elder Bard song was out.
You gonna do some of them dances tomorrow night, man?
You never know, man. You got to come out there and see.
I'm there. Man, brother, I'm there. I'm gonna be the one.
Always kind of change. Every situation. You know, I try not to ever give the exact same show. You know, the people be looking at you crazy.
But you know, people that, you know, your fans, they be asking you to go do the jokes. Now, how do you?
I can guarantee I'm not gonna be doing that with the belts. I'm probably not gonna do that.
No, you ain't gonna do the Joe Jackson.
I'm not doing Joe Jackson. I know I'm not.
Come on, man. Now, how do you
I
do
ain't
that?
done that joke in 5 years. I don't even remember. You probably know it better than me.
I bet you I do. So how do you, as a comedian, like when you do have this kind of speaking on the show? I know you guys do it in fun to kind of test people on the show who got jokes, but as a comedian, being in real life, when you're on stage, you making your money, you doing what feeds your family. How do you react? How do you handle hecklers? Like, I mean, can you call them hecklers? Like sometimes they don't really have no bad intentions.
Yeah,
but...
no, they hecklers. You know, this is what I tell people. If you want to be a part of the show, I'll make you famous. So that's what you want. You want to be famous? I'll make you famous. Just thank me at the end of the day, because you're going to be famous one way or another. You're going to be like, hey, you the one he talked about for 30 minutes? Yep, that's me.
Not 30 minutes, Rodney. 30 minutes?
Man, let me tell you something. If you want to be a part of the show, I'll make you a part of it.
Wow.
You know, but at the same time, you know, you mean, I don't attack nobody, because I think most people come out to have a good time. Uh-huh. And sometimes a heckler really think he helping you. So
even the ones that don't be drunk, huh?
Yeah, sometimes they just really, hey man, you see what I did? I helped you out. I'm like, no, you really didn't. But thank you, brother. You know. So I mean, I don't. You know, my show, I got a real feel good show.
Uh-huh.
So you know, I don't have to deal with hecklers a lot. You know, I might get one heckler a year. You know, and a lot of times a heckler is just a hater. You know, he's just mad because he, you know, or he's a wannabe. He want to be a comic, and that's his way of performing. So, you know, I pretty much can recognize that. If I feel like he want to be a comic, I'll bring him backstage after the show and give him a talk to and let him know, you know, that ain't the way to go about it if you really want to be, you know, what I do.
Well, let me ask you, Rodney, what are the two questions? What is the worst experience you ever had as a professional comic, and the best experience you ever had as a professional comic?
Okay, it happened in the same day.
Wow.
I was
best and worst day.
Yeah, same day. I was living in the Bay Area, and I've been smashing stages in the Bay, right? And so this was before I moved to LA too. So a friend of mine, she was like, "Yo, Rodney, I got you a spot on the show in LA." At that time was not Chocolate Sundays, but it was Fat Tuesday, which was Guy Tori's show, which was the hottest show in the country for black comics. So they got me on the show. I went in there. My aunt was dating a limo driver, dude owned a limo company. So they took me to the show in a limo with 8 people I didn't know. We got to the show. I felt like I was late, so I was tripping off at the time. I was worried. And, you know, one thing don't go with comedy is fear, and I was legitimately afraid that day. Long story short, I went on stage that night, and about 35 seconds into my set, I started getting booed. Now, I don't know if you ever been booed, but everybody in the room decides you ain't nothing at once. It ain't a good fit.
Ain't no way in hell you got booed.
I got booed. You understand me? Boo. Well, I'll tell you what happened. It was a dude. I can still see him. He's to the left of the stage. He stood up. He stood up and started booing me, right? He stood up. White dude in a sea of black people. White dude started booing me. Then the thing about the boo as a comic, you trying to stop the boo by talking about him. So I try to talk about him, and then another boo pop up, and then the boo. All of a sudden, I'm being overwhelmed.
He said another boo popped.
It's like a wildfire. You know when the fires be burn up them hills up there in the valley.
Yeah,
it was just like that.
Dang.
So get this. So Guy Tori, who was hosting the show, he came back on stage. He's like, "Yo, man, you can't talk to my audience like that, man. It just ain't your night." Right? And I'm like, yo, this is messed up. So I go behind the sheer curtain. I'm just standing there. You know, now meanwhile, my wife is with me that night. My wife I see her swing on a bouncer to get backstage. You know, my wife ride or die, right? So my wife get back to, she's like, you all right?
That's right, Miss Perry.
This ain't what I came here for. Right? And just as I was, you know, having that moment behind the curtain, somebody in the audience, you know, was like, yo, he didn't even get a chance. somebody else said, yeah, he was only up there like 35 seconds. You know, and then so guy was like, yo, y'all want him to come back? And he was like, yeah. So he opened the curtains, and I'm still standing there, and he bring me back out. And he's like, yo, man, you know, it wasn't good. You want to try it again? I was like, yeah, I want to try it again. So now, when he first brought me out, remember the 5 Heartbeats when the dude introduced the 5 Heartbeats with the terrible intro?
Yeah.
He brought me out like that, you know. So the second time, he bring me out like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, you've seen this brother from Chicago, Illinois, shows him about Rodney Perry. So they start clapping. Now in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got to do the joke that I was going to close on to make sure I'm going to get a laugh.
Yeah.
So I edited to my closer. I did my closer, boom, 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 got a laugh. Not even a big laugh. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all like it was a crazy big laugh. It was probably on the scale of 1 to 10, a cool 6 or 7 on laugh. Right. So I got the laugh meter.
You got the laugh meter going on.
I took a deep breath and I said, you know what? I think that's all I'm gonna get out of y'all tonight. My name's Rodney Perry. It was in those moments of being completely rejected by the audience, then less than 5 minutes later, being somewhat accepted by the audience.
Yeah.
Well, I made my decision to pack up my family and move to L.A. and get comedy 100%.
Hand clap to that,
best
brother.
day and the worst day of my comedy career.
Big ups to that, brother. Big ups to that. And at the same damn time, but you hear that song, you get chills, don't you? That's what's up, man. That's what's up, dude. So let everybody know one more time, man, what you're going to be doing tomorrow. And please tell us about some future events, man. But let everybody know what we're doing tomorrow, man. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Ontario Improv. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 on Sunday, 5 big shows this weekend. Notice, you haven't seen me live. I tell people this all the time. If you haven't seen a comic live, you have never seen him. So forget what you've seen on Def Jam. Forget what you've seen on Comic View. Forget the Monique show. Forget the Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, I got a resume. I got a lot of different shit I done done. Okay?
Oh, yeah, you got a big resume.
Okay. My resume is extensive, but forget that. Know this. When you sit in that room live with Rodney Perry, you might be looking at the best stand-up comic you ever seen live.
That's what I'm talking about. Tell him, man. You need to have Steve Harvey or who did the best intro? I think Kings of Comedy was the best intro. Steve Harvey acted like they was coming out to fight. That's what I'm talking about.
Steve put out one of the best intros.
Man.
But I come under all their tutelage though. Like I toured with Steve for several years. I toured with Stead for several years. I toured with George Lopez, Monique. So I learned how to do that type of stuff from those guys.
So do you have somebody that's gonna bring you out? You got somebody good? I mean, I don't mean to put you or them on the spot.
When I travel, my feature act is my younger brother. His name is Ryan Evans, so y'all see him this weekend.
That's what's up.
And depending on when you come, I like to give the local cast an opportunity. So I got a local guy hosting Friday, and then I got a young lady hosting Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, man. We need to. Can we just go over a little bit of resume? Co-host of Off the Chain, co-host of the Monique Show. Meet the Browns, Mr. Brown's cousin, Bill Bellamy, who's got a joke now. You know that's crazy. You put that in your EBK, boy. That's and then you got the picture right next to it. And you laughing. You can't help but laugh at that. On Mr. Brown, I was Mr. Brown's cousin. Bill Bellamy, I was a co-host. The Funny Spot feature comedian on Basing After Dark. Now look.
Wow.
Let me ask you something. He said, that's it. I need that problem, man. I need that problem.
What you do.
Yes, I need that problem. And I promise you, Rodney, man, just with the inspiration of people like you, brother, I'm going to get there. Now, let me ask you this, just a personal question, brother. A lot of people ask me, like, what are you trying to do in radio, Birdman? My thing is, I'm trying to catch your brother. I'm trying to catch your boy, Mr. Basin. I'm trying to catch him. That's my goal. Yeah. I want to be not necessarily on TV. By the time it get that big, I'd rather be behind the scenes, making it work and driving. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be that big, man. That's because I want to touch people. I want to change lives.
Right.
Man. So when I get up there, can I get the if you still working, can I get the co-host thing? I call you?
This is the thing. I want to say yes.
No.
I don't want that to be.
That was a no.
And you be like, man, remember you said yes.
Exactly, because I'm gonna hit you with it.
I try to be a man of my word, but this is what I will say. I will say you will get an opportunity to get the job.
You gotta apply just like everybody else.
But do you think it's really effective? Because it seemed like a lot of people are doing that, right? On a serious tip, as a host, of a show, do you think it's more effective, your personal opinion, do you think it's more effective to have someone that is professionally funny on a 24-hour basis when it comes to being on, at work? Do you think it's effective to have a comedian to be your host or your co-host?
Well, it's kind of a delicate little thing, because what's happening is they putting a lot of comedians in the number one position. So when you look at it like a Steve Harvey show, when you look at or even like the difference between Steve Harvey and Michael Baisden is Michael Baisden was a straight man, but he was quarterbacking.
Yeah.
So Steve got to get somebody as funny as him. That's why he got Nephew Thomas, because he got to, you can't crack jokes, over 4 hours. So there's got to be some thought-provoking. There's got to be some serious. There got to be some, and it got to be some hot, light moments.
Gotcha.
So what happens in radio sometimes is that, they'll give a comic the lead and won't augment him with a funny enough person under him, because a lot of us as men, we ain't trying to have nobody that's perceived as funny or funnier than us in the room. But when it's your show, you get the credit for everybody that's funny.
That's what's up.
Hey Rodney, this is Nelson. I'm Birdman's partner in crime over here at Urban Soul Radio on Real Talk 101. I got a question for you, man. The comedy today, when you go back and you look at Living Color and all those shows, you would just be in stitches, just laughing. I'm not getting that out of the new comedians that are out now. What do you think the problem with that? What's with that?
Well, you got to understand something. When you go back, it's really not a fair comparison, because when you were consuming in Living Color, when you were consuming Eddie Murphy for the first time, it wasn't nothing else on. You had never seen nothing like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's really not fair to put this generation up against that, if that makes any sense. Now, having said that, it's a different animal now. You see internet sensations getting love
on YouTube. On YouTube, exactly.
On YouTube, right?
They get on my nerves.
It's kind of a different animal now, and then another thing you got to wrap your mind around. We've been off TV for over a decade. It used to be a progression, right? You would see a comic, he would play colleges and clubs, and eventually he would get an opportunity to get his own TV show. Well, that ended in the late 90s.
Man,
98, 2000, right. All the TV shows disappeared. Every show with a black cast was gone, right?
But you know what, though? So, when you look at the shows then, it was a story to everything. And now, it's like people just flying off the top of their head. There's no story. Yep. There's nothing funny because there's no.
You got to understand, these shows are just coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think, you don't even realize it. You've been over a decade, over 10 years without no black comedy on television.
Right.
That's true.
None.
And why we stuck on TBS?
Why is Martin 20 years old?
Yeah.
Martin is 20 years old, dude.
And nothing else.
So, we've been without our own faces. So what happens? That means there's a generation of comedians that didn't get that look.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening with my generation, my peer group? The class ahead of us never graduated. Imagine you was in high school, and the seniors never left.
Oh man!
Grown men walking around with gray goatees.
They just big, just walking around out the field there.
Right.
So you never get to be the big man on campus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so that's what's happening in comedy. So I'm not making excuses, because there does need to be an upgrade in what we're consuming.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you got to know this: the audience is way more savvy now than we were when Living Color came out. Like, in Living Color would come out now, and y'all would say it was whack. It would last 3 episodes.
No, I got new school people.
Man.
Listen to it now, and they're like, man,
Color,
this is hilarious.
Listen to me. Knowing what you know now, you got a different palette. you would receive Wanda totally different. Wanda might come under fire. Why is Jamie Foxx dressing like a woman? See, a lot of stuff could happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's
more
a politically correct era.
Well, yeah.
It could be.
Well, they did that. Didn't they do that to what's his name? You work with him, Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Because he wore a dress.
But this is the thing, man. This is the thing about black people. We do more to sabotage ourselves.
Oh my God! I wish I had my hand clapped.
Dude,
man.
Like, I'll give you a great example. Have you ever heard of Lincoln Perry?
No.
Lincoln Perry was more readily known as the name Stephen Fetchit, right? Stephen Fetchit. Yes,
Stephen
boss,
Fetchit.
I'm coming over. Lincoln Perry,
with the pink
at the
lip.
time when he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood, bar none. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it all changed one day when black people decided they didn't want to have their image anymore representing them. And that man died penniless and alone. Another great example, the black exploitation era in movies. Remember all those movies, Coffee Brown and all those, Truck Taylor, all that stuff?
Yeah.
Well, when you talk to those actors, they like, dude, we were not being exploited. We were working. We were just working actors. So now, when the NAACP decide they don't want to have that image to represent black people no more, guess what? All those black actors went out of work for decades.
Wow.
The only way we know who Foxy Brown is right now is because the white man, Quentin Tarantino, went and got her because he loved those movies.
Put it back on, yeah.
Well, I mean, in our culture, if you wanted to go put out a movie right now and you walk into Bank of America and they say, hey, look, I got an idea for a movie, they're going to show you the door. So it's going to take somebody of a different culture to make that movie. Because they're not going to give you that break to do it.
Or Kickster. Now, I know I ain't going to get no money for this, but you can go to the website Kickster. Have you ever tried to use that? You know about Kickster?
I know about the Kickstarter.
Indiegogo?
But no, I have an online radio show too, so I've interviewed a couple of people that have Kickstarter campaigns, and that does work. But it takes more money than that.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say this. It's changing. Like, the culture is changing. Like, I live in Atlanta now. But living in Atlanta and Black Hollywood is really there. They're producing TV shows.
Doing their thing.
Of course, you got Tyler Perry, but you got the
Ice
people
Cube.
that did Ice Cube, of course. You got Rainforest Films that did 85 million last year. So what we have to do is we have to go see our movies. We got to pay to watch our television shows.
Brother, and make sure your ticket.
You can't bootleg it.
And make sure your ticket. Make sure your ticket say that you watching that movie. My mom told me that one time, man. When I think it was.
First of all, we got to get black people to buy a ticket first. Just go first. Then we go check the tickets next week. We got to get y'all back trained to go into the movie.
Exactly.
No, but what you were talking about, though, like, that was really happening. Like, there would be black films out, and you'll say, I want one ticket to see such and such, and they would give you another ticket.
Yeah. Well, that Spike Lee brought that to the forefront when he was doing the Malcolm X movie.
Yeah, that's when it was happening.
And I know for a fact that it happened because it happened on my ticket.
Dang.
And so I've seen that. But could that have been an oversight or isolated event, or was that something deliberate? I don't know.
I say deliberate. Because how do you? I mean, come on now. How do you give somebody a ticket that says Harry Potter when you're supposed to be watching Training Day? That's a little bit off, brother. That's a little bit off.
They don't mess with Denzel money like that, though. Don't even say that.
I'm gonna sock you. Hey, but Rodney, let me ask you this, man. As a comedian, right now, in everything you're talking about, you can see it on TV. There's no, and I'm not racist by any means, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna support black people. I'm gonna support black business. I'm gonna support our people. You can tell that there's, like you said, it's 20 years now. No shows that even resemble Martin, and then of course we go further when it comes to the Cosby Show, but we're stuck to one channel, TBS. Then now Oprah trying to do her thing. What do you feel as a comedian? Like, what do you feel the best thing that we need to do other than what we just talked about? What can we do, or what can you guys do as entertainers already?
We got to write. We got to write. You know, and I know you spoke to her earlier, having that writer's block, but you got to write your stories. You know, you got to write your stories, and this is what's happening now. Like, there used to be what they call, like, Blockbuster, right? Remember Blockbuster? That's gone now?
Yeah.
So, what happened, Blockbuster had so many slots on the shelf for movies every week.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would take a movie and then that would create a slot. Now, Blockbuster's gone, so that's all virtual shelf space. So, it's unlimited. So, they need content every day. So, if you get in the business of creating content, it'll find a home.
Shashana.
You know.
It's gonna find a home.
You have to create, like she writing these books.
Yeah,
that's
gonna be a movie. It's exactly.
That's a movie.
See, Jinx.
You know, that's a movie. I just shot a movie yesterday based on a young lady that was an author. She is directing and producing a movie right now. She was an author first.
But you know what else is doing real good? And it would do good as far as a book. These webisodes. Yeah. The webisodes are going crazy on YouTube right now. I mean, so if your webisode gets creates enough noise, it will definitely, somebody's probably to grab it and say, hey, this needs to be a big screen movie. There's a lot of webisodes out there, little mini soap operas. They're killing the game right now.
I saw the one you was in, Rodney, Stepdaddy.
Huh?
Stepdaddy. I saw you, Stepdaddy.
Oh. That are doing all this great stuff out there.
Somebody was trying to give you a kiss on the mic, and
Shashana tried to kiss you right now.
Right, ran right into the microphone.
I've never seen that one before.
Miss Perry.
Sorry, I'm new at this. I wanted to ask you a question.
Please go.
So my book elicits a lot of different emotions. Happy, sad, angry, want to kill somebody, but I don't have, the funny aspect to it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It does. It's some funny parts in it.
Oh, okay. So I don't need Rodney Perry?
No, yeah, you do. You do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so maybe we can get together and talk about something.
Well, yeah, you know what? When we get off, we'll exchange email or something. You can give her my contact, and we'll connect. If I can help, I will.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
Do that. We can do that. Now, Rodney, what do you have? What's coming up in the future, man? What you got coming up? Host and co-host and brother, cousin.
Second season of Off the Chain is coming. I'm developing a game show, which is another lane that we as black people really haven't been in as creators. So I'm creating a game show right now that I'm really excited about. And other than that, man, I do my radio show Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Rodney Perry Live. And I'm touring. I go out and I tell jokes all over the country. So just go to the website, man. You can catch up with all the stuff I got going.
There we go. I want to know how we can tune in, man. I want to listen to the show, brother. Is it you got internet radio too, or no?
It's internet. Yeah, it's blog talk radio.
Okay. Oh, we can call in. I can call in and push one.
Yeah.
Hey, Rodney.
Exactly.
I would love for this to happen. We may have to discuss this off air, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. When you record your shows, you ought to shoot them over here to Urban Soul Radio, and we can rebroadcast them on our station.
Yes, sir.
I love it. Let's talk. I do that for a station in Dallas already. So that would be easy.
Oh, you already got a spot, brother.
Yeah.
You already got a spot.
Yep.
You already got a spot, right?
And
I love it. I get some good interviews too, man. I've interviewed Kevin Hart. I've interviewed.
You want me to write them down? You want me to read them off? I got them right here. You want me to read them off, brother?
Go ahead, read.
I got them off. He got Amel LaRue. That's how you say her name, right? That's how you say her name, right? Okay. Dwelle.
Gorgeous girl.
Talia Coles.
Great interview.
Tony Gaskins. Big Daddy Kane. Okay, now look. When you interviewed Big Daddy Kane, did the brother do the house or start dancing?
Let me tell you something. I'm a Big Daddy Kane fan, dude. So it was really kind of surreal to talk to him because I've been a fan of his for many years. It was crazy.
He brung him back. I ain't gonna bring out the joke out because you might want to use that this weekend. But
I'm trying to write for you.
I'm a ghostwriter. I'm a fan of this brother Rodney. People say they fans and they do that, brother. I follow you, man. I love comedy. My mom got me into comedy, bro. I love comedy. I follow you, dude. You one of the funniest dudes I know, but you real, and that's why I want to talk about that YouTube because what you were saying was the realest thing in the world. Like you can get tired. You won't be motivated, but this dude, the way it looked like he had you, man, he motivates you. And that's what I do, man. I train athletes. And sometimes you just got to find that inner beast. And you found it in them sweatpants running down that street.
Hey, dude, and this is the thing. You can take pills or drink shakes, but there is no substitute for working out.
No, it ain't.
No.
You got to get your heart moving. You got to get your heart rate up.
That's right, and you did it. Big ups to you, man. You lost 30 pounds. 30 pounds. That's what's up.
Everybody, I got one more.
Wait. I found it too, though. You'll see it tomorrow. Look,
I got one more thing for you, man. I got one more thing. What do you think about Mr. Kanye West saying he's a musical genius?
What about? Did he do something else?
I don't know. I just want to know because I don't see him being a musical genius. Maybe a lyrical genius, but a musical musician.
He also said he was the biggest rock star ever.
This you got to know.
Okay.
Kanye West is a genius. Okay, but you got to qualify that with the era he came out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's influenced by cats like Puffy. You know, Puffy didn't really create any music, but Puffy would have 3 or 4 samples going in the same song, right? So that's, you know, Kanye West come out of that school, and then Kanye West is from Chicago, so he got a lot of different musical influence. You know, when you're from Chicago, you got house music in your soul. You got that real that real soulful jazz. You got R&B. So I mean, I think Kanye is a voice of our time. Like, you know, remember this. I'm 43. Remember when we was in the 80s and 90s and people was talking about how whack it was? But now, when you look back, that's like a great time. I think when we look back at Kanye, we'll be like, man, that was a high joint right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. For him to say the biggest rock star, I mean, everybody got toot their own. To me, I think Miley Cyrus is the genius. I mean, she got the whole world talking about it.
Well, this is what it is.
I mean, if that's what you were going for, then
that's what she's doing. I mean, when
nobody wants to hear you talk about yourself. You got to find somebody else to say that.
Right.
You know, Bobby Brown never said I'm the king of R&B.
No,
Whitney said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So some stuff you can't say yourself.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I totally agree with that.
It's just whack. And that's what you're perceiving. Like,
and we got to call it.
You say you're this,
Rodney. We got to call it right now. We got to call it right now, Rodney. Let me take this caller right now.
Go ahead.
Urban Soul Radio, Real Talk 101 Radio. You're on live right now with Rodney Perry, the Birdman, Maya, and Big Nail. Shashana. Who's calling? Hello? Stop breathing and talk.
Hey.
You on the line, caller?
Caller, you on the line? I can hear.
Caller, Precious.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Precious?
I'm good. Okay, so I got a question.
You want to ask Rodney a question?
I'm going to ask Rodney a question. Hey.
I think she's starstruck, Rodney.
Yes, but I'm still laughing at him talking about the man that had the seizure in his film. I'm still curious about that.
Your phone going in and out.
Stop. Are you on an earpiece?
Is that better?
All right, take your headset off and talk directly into your phone.
You on the walkie-talkie from the 40s.
No, I'm on my phone.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
And what'd you say, Miss Lady?
Okay, now you're going to have to talk. We're running out of time now.
Yeah, we're running out of time. Come on now.
Okay, so, yeah, I was still laughing about the show he was talking about. But anyhow, my question was, what made you actually become a comedian? Yeah.
Well, you know, I was a male exotic dancer. And I used to, after the shows, I would perform, and they would just laugh because I wouldn't put my pants back on. On my career.
Man. Something's wrong with you know that, right? Well, look, man,
I don't know what happened to her. Are you there?
Precious, you still there?
Hey, Rodney, I'm afraid you're going to get booed, man.
hey, let me tell you something. I wouldn't be the first time.
Man. But one more time, man. We're running out of time right now. One more time. Let everybody know what's going on this weekend and the weekend after that and everything after now. But we'll let everybody know what's going on this weekend, brother.
Hey, go to my website, RodneyPerry.com. This weekend, Ontario Improv. 5 shows, 2 tomorrow, 2 on Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 on Sunday. And man, go to the Ontario Improv website for tickets, and it's going to be a good one. And they have some VIP free tickets away if you're important and they like you over there, like they like the Birdman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we should have hooked it up earlier, and we could have given away a couple of tickets and stuff like that.
We still got 2 tickets. We giving away tomorrow, though, man. You're gonna be working, brother. We got a show tomorrow.
Sure.
Nice little indie artist coming on. We got a show. I was trying to get him to get to it today, but that lady gonna be out there to see you, man. My mom is listening right now. What up, Mom? Big ups to you.
Hello,
she listening
Mommy.
right
Yes,
now.
Mommy.
She said that she. My mom said she didn't want to call in. She said she was actually agreeing with you, brother, when the Lincoln Perry, because my mom watched all those old movies.
Oh,
brother.
wow.
She said she
Wow,
agreed with
good
you, so
stuff.
I can tell you were sitting there with the wife watching the movies. But man, I appreciate you calling in, and I'm sorry you didn't get to come in, man. I know that LA traffic sucks, bro.
Next time I come to town, I come in. I was stuck in traffic like 2 hours a day. I was like, this one thing I do not miss about this area.
Oh yeah.
So what made you leave before you go? What made you leave LA, man?
Oh, when I booked the Monique show, I left.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
And I'll give y'all a quick story before y'all go. So Monique called me. She said, Rodney, BET gonna be calling you. I want you to be on this show. BET called me and they was like, yo, are you willing to relocate to Atlanta? I said, yeah. They was like, cool, but we're not gonna pay for you to leave. Right. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, they say
Wow.
you got to move your family. I say, so I got to move my family to Atlanta and y'all don't give me nothing. You know, I was like, okay, whatever.
That's crazy.
2 minutes later, Monique's husband called me. She said, Rod, everything okay? They called you, right? I was like, yeah, they called me. I was like, yeah, but they told me I gotta get there. You know, I just gotta get there. You know, and he was like, what? He's like, oh, stay right there. He called me
Don't move. Where you
5
going? Where you
minutes
going?
later with $20,000 for my move.
Oh, that's
Nice.
what's up. Hand clap to that.
Nice.
Big
That's
ups.
how
Yeah.
Big
that's
ups to
how
that. Big
gangster
ups to
Monique
that. Big
is.
ups to
Monique
that.
and her husband like that. Good
Man.
people, man.
Monique
That lady
need to
has
come
been
on.
awesome to me from the start.
That's
Man,
what's up.
big time. So we're gonna get in touch with you about your radio show, being simulcast here on Urban Soul Radio. That's
right.
So
Big.
do we call you directly, or we got to talk to your people? Which one is it? Come on, man, you gotta give us a
Yeah,
break.
just talk to Madeline. She in charge
Madeline?
of sending that thing.
Big
out.
ups to Matt. Let's
Can
give. Can we give a big ups to her?
Talking to me is like not ever saying you don't want it to happen.
Like
'Cause
putting the heels-
oh my God, it's terrible. Yes.
Okay.
If you talk to Madeline, it'll get it done. It'll get done.
Yeah,
But all
she
we-
does. Big ups to Madeline.
All we have to
Yeah.
do is say you said it was all right, right?
Yeah, she's listening.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Madeline, big ups to you. You're a good person, man. She good, Rodney. She a good person. As soon as we talked on the phone, man, we hit it off. And she real good people, man. But following on the social
doubt.
media, everything, man. You better like me on Instagram, Rodney. Come on, man. I ain't the needle in the haystack. Just hit
No. I was gonna like you, but I think you had one picture with no shirt on, and I don't do that. If you got a no shirt picture, I'm not messing with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, people be like, hey, how come you like my picture? 'Cause
All right,
I
man.
don't
I'm gonna
like
take
this.
that one down, man. I'm gonna take that one. Now
You
look,
take that one down and
you
I
know,
got you tonight.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a meme. I'm gonna make one of the memes. You know them things everybody be making. The girls be like, I can't say choice words, but you know they be like, dudes be like, or girls be like. I'm gonna make one with
Man.
your face on it. I'm gonna make a bad one too. Watch. I got you.
Okay.
I got you. No,
I'm gonna follow you if you do that. I got you right tonight.
got you. I got it. I'm gonna tag
All
you
right,
too.
guys. Y'all have a good night, man.
All right, man. Good
All
luck
right,
on
man.
the show tomorrow. I'll
Bye.
see you at the
Okay.
show, brother.
All right, man.
bro.
Peace.
Urban Soul Radio.
Real Talk 101.
Maya's sitting over here quiet and
I know. I mean, we're
She
gonna.
speaks when there's something intelligent going on.
oh, see,
We're gonna
you.
turn this into a whole
She
nother
got
need
show.
you.
She understand.
We're gonna turn
As,
this into
as
a.
y'all can see, but in her defense, Maya's working hard. Big ups to you, Maya, doing your thing. Let everybody
Thank
know.
you.
So it
Well, I
just
saw her
goes out
head
there.
nodding back and forth. I mean, she was. I was like, I had to tap the table a couple
But
of
let
times.
everybody know. Let everybody know what you're doing, though, Maya. Let them know what you're doing because you got something big working in the mix.
I'm studying for the LSAT right now.
Nice.
You know, I just graduated in May, and so I'm trying to get back in it. I had that whole job.
So you're ninth
thing.
grade?
That was not. See how people do me.
I'm
like
just asking.
no, but literally though, the other day I was like, oh, I was talking to this lady. I was like, I just graduated. She's like, oh, what college are you going to? I was like, no, see, I already did that, but you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
Well,
then-
big ups
Well,
to that.
congratulations,
Takes a
yeah.
lot of work to
Appreciate
do
It's a
that.
lot of work and a lot of dedication for that.
And she still manages to come up here. She rarely calls me. I need to get her to get on the doggone phone. Yeah, I'm blasting you.
That's bad.
But
Okay.
she's
call
doing
me.
that and becoming a part of the show. So that's my
Put it on
co-host
me.
right here, y'all.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Don't get too educated that you can't come hang out with us.
No.
Come in here wearing your cap and gown.
She'll be pretty soon. What we say? December 7th.
December 7th.
She'll be on the Friday, Fresh Friday.
I'm not ready
Thursday.
to even think about that.
Oh, wow.
It's like
You're gonna
20
pass.
someday.
You're gonna pass.
So what do you want to do when you grow up?
I mean,
Or when you graduate? I'm sorry, my bad.
Talking to me like I'm 7 years old.
Hey, I said ninth
I want to
grade.
be a firefighter.
What you want to do? What you want to do when you pass though? Because we gonna put it out there in the air. We gonna pass.
Well, I want to go into entertainment law.
Oh, nice.
I don't necessarily want to be like a trial lawyer or anything, but I was working at a big, I was working at Creative Artists Agency, which is the biggest talent agency out there. And I realized that you needed to know how to deal with contracts. And other people, you know, they want to work up through the mailroom. I was in the mailroom. Things I learned from the mailroom, I don't like mail. So I'm ready to do something else and expedite that process. So
Right.
Roger that.
Oh, hey, we can work on
Get on the mic.
Stay
You know
away
you get
from
on
the
mic.
medical field. It's
Shashana's
not like
still
it
in.
used to be.
No, it ain't off. Your mic is on. Shashana, you still in
the medical field is gone, man. It used to be fun. It's bad now.
But I
Yes.
definitely know.
You see Nell's
It's
face,
not bad
right?
for the lawyers.
You see Nell's
Oh,
face,
it's not
right?
bad for the lawyers.
You see
right?
Nell. Matter of fact, y'all do the same thing.
Well, I work with babies, so you probably work with adults.
Yeah, he work. The brother always
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in there a lot too.
he be telling me how tired he be. So I forgot to tell you that.
Really?
Good
He
man.
does make
This is what I've been
connections.
telling you about. It's good man. Nell's a good man. Like he saw the light in me and decided to merge us. And
All right, we need to lock this in.
Yeah,
we're going to take over this airway, video, everything.
y'all out there listening,
I hope
man.
you
We gonna
don't
take
get too
over.
big for me.
No, never.
Oh, no,
never.
I'm gonna help you do your webisode. I got a connection. We need to talk
Between me and this man
Yeah.
right here, you got nothing but humbleness right here, and
Yeah,
we
for real.
gonna change lives. We're gonna be up there. It's gonna take we gonna take the world by storm. Man.
Yep.
Right.
Give
I
us
believe
20
it.
minutes and watch it happen.
Yeah.
In the name of Jesus.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
got the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
I'm a Shashana.
Yep.
Hey, Mama Faye,
strike us down.
you gonna put me in the book? Mama Faye gonna be like, tell that boy at the radio station. But anyway, Urban Soul Radio.
Real Talk 101.
It's the sit down, man. Every Thursday, 6:00. Defining, redefining what you used to. That was my slow jam voice. Y'all hear that, right? All the ladies out there, I'm sorry, I'm taking.
Urban Soul Radio.
I can't with them.
FM.
You see what I gotta deal with?
Yeah.
Just,
Y'all make sure y'all catch us tomorrow, Fresh Friday.
Like they going through
My
puberty.
boy Scrap Skeezy, young entrepreneurial rapper. Man, this brother brings hip hop. So y'all catch us tomorrow, man. Every Thursday, every Friday, 6:00. The sit down every Thursday, Fresh Friday, every Friday, 6:00.
Young Skeezy.
Say it one time. What one?
No. I'm trying to get used to these American names. Young Skeezy. Shout
Big
out.
ups. My mom's out there listening. Birdie out there listening. Big ups, Birdie.
Hello,
with
mommy.
with the twins. My baby did her thing.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to the
You just had
twins.
twins.
Shout out.
All right,
Before
y'all.
they were born.
I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
No.
2 kids.
Thank you
That's
guys.
much.
Listen, make sure you go get her book. Can you get back on the microphone and let everybody know us? We got it right here in the studio with us right now. I'm sorry, I left
You can
Maya's
go ahead.
book.
You can just talk.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Intuition in online stores, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, on my website, www.lostpagepublishing.com, and at Zara's bookstore in Inglewood.
I didn't know they had black people in San Bernardino.
You ever been to Little Africa?
I'm
I tell you the street.
She was born and raised.
They got a baker's right
Born
there on
and
the corner.
reared. I'm sorry, not born and raised. Born and reared. I hate people say I'm born and raised. You weren't raised. You were reared.
All right, y'all. I want to leave out with a nice little song, man. I got a good song, man. We gonna go down.